Hello and welcome to Death of Raven Gaming. Today we are as usual playing Marvel Champions LCG by Fantasy Flight Games. And today we have the new War Machine hero to play. I've already unboxed him, but I want to just show the box for a nice reference. So we're gonna play War Machine with the leadership aspect. And I've already built a deck just to try a lot of the new cards. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And we're gonna go through all the War Machine new cards. Not just the ones in the deck, just all the new cards. Since it's such a freshly revealed hero. But first, before that, I'm just gonna randomize who we're gonna face. So we know that before going through everything. And today's villain is going to be Taskmaster. Okay, just give me a second. And there we have Taskmaster stuff. And Taskmaster runs with requires Hydra Patrol and one modular. So I'm just gonna randomize the modular while I take out Hydra Patrol. And we're gonna play with Legions of Hell. Just give me a second so I can bring out stuff. There we have Legions of Hell and Hydra Patrol. Okay, so let's start by looking through all the new cards from the War Machine pack. And I've actually been a little bit fancy, so I've done this. So we can see them on screen at the same time as I look through them here. So, first of all, I'm just going to put them all like that. We have War Machine, who in his hero form has a 1 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense. He's an Avenger Soldier. And then he has a response that is called Locked and Loaded. After you change this form, place 5 ammo counts on War Machine. And then he has a hand size of 5 and hit points of 10. And then on his alter ego side, he's James Rhodes. 3 recovery, shield soldier, alter ego. Action, choose a War Machine card in your discard pile and shuffle it into your deck. That is not a limited response by 1 per turn, so you can do it multiple times a turn, just all the War Machine cards you want back into your deck. And then forced response, after you change this form, discard each ammo counter from your identity, and then here he has hand size of 6. And then his signature ally is Iron Man. 3 cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, Avenger, 3 health. And as a response, after Iron Man enters play, search your deck and discard pile for a tech upgrade and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. Like Iron Man, he has a lot of War Machine has a lot of tech upgrades, so this is gonna be a nice way to tutor them out from the deck. And then he has 1 copy of Munitions Bunker, who is an alter ego action exhaust munition bunker. Place 2 ammo counters here. And then as a hero action, exhaust munition bunker, move each ammo counter here to War Machine. It's a 2 cost support and location shield. So when you flip back to alter ego, you just tap it to put 2 ammo counter. And then next turn tap it again. And then flip back to hero mode. And then next turn you can get 4 extra ammo counters. So it's really, really, really nice. A nice way to get those ammo counters. And then next up we have upgraded chassis, which is a 3 cost upgrade. It's armor tech. War Machine gains the aerial trait, which can sometimes be very nice. Not super often, like Justice, I know, has a pretty good aerial requirement on an event, and so does Protection. But, I mean, it doesn't hurt. And then here, but the cool thing is, hero response after you change to hero form. Exhaust upgrade chassis. Give War Machine a tough status card. You're going to want to flip a lot back between hero and alter ego form. So it's going to be nice to be able to have a tough card for that. And next up we have 2 of Gauntlet Gun, which is a 2 cost upgrade. which is a tech weapon. Exhaust Gauntlet Gun. Generate a wild resource for a War Machine event and place one ammo counter on War Machine. As we're gonna see soon, War Machine has some really cool events. So it's nice to have some resource generation for them. Sad that it's not a little bit more like, you know, like Gamora has an attack or thwart event or something like that you can build into. But it's nice to have these anyway. And they're attacks, so it's nice to get with Iron Man. Next up we have one copy of Missile Launcher. It's a one-cost upgrade. Tech weapon. Hero action attack. Exhaust Missile Launcher and remove one ammo counter from War Machine. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. This attack gains ranged. So yeah, it's just an upgrade to tap to deal 2 damage. You're gonna lose an ammo counter, but it's ranged, so you ignore retaliate. It's just quite nice to ping down. Either like just start pinging down from the villain, or remove a little bit more healthy minions. And then next up we have one copy of Shoulder Cannon, which is a 2-cost upgrade. Tech weapon again. Hero action attack. Exhaust Shoulder Cannon. Deal 1 damage to an enemy. You may remove 1 ammo counter from War Machine to ready Shoulder Cannon. So every turn it's just a free deal 1 damage, and if you want to do more of it, you can just spend ammo counter to untap it. It's basically the same thing as a missile launcher, except it doesn't have ranged, because you can exhaust it and then pay 1 to shoot again. So that's 2 damage for 1, which is the same thing as missile launcher, but it has ranged, and this way you can do multiple time. I love the flavor text, it's rat-ta-ta-ta-ta. But yeah, it's a good upgrade, nice to ping away tough status cards. It is an attack. It says that in it, so it's going to remove stun cards, which is very, very nice. But then I'm guessing you can't remove an ammo counter from War Machine to ready it, because you don't do the attack, is my interpretation of it. Next up, we have 2 copies of Repulsor Beam. 1-cost events. Attack. So here are these events you can pay with the Gauntlet Gun. It's an attack. Hero action, remove an ammo counter from War Machine to deal 4 damage to an enemy. 4 for 1 cost card is great. And then an ammo counter is not too bad for Iron Man. I mean, he wants... If you pay for this with Gauntlet Gun, you're gonna put an ammo back. So it's basically with Gauntlet Gun, it's just deal 4 damage for 1. It's really, really good. And I really, really like it. And next up, we have... I think it is... I'm just putting them in a pile here. 2 copies of Targeted Strike. Yes, it is. 1 cost event. Thwart. Hero action. Remove 1 ammo counter from War Machine to remove 3 threat from a scheme, which also is really, really, really good. I mean, 1 cost, remove 3 threat is good. And I mean, the ammo counters, once again, it's not too bad. So that's actually not bad at all. And then we have Scorched Earth. 2 copies, which is a 3-cost event, Tactic. Hero action, remove 3 ammo counters from War Machine. That's a lot of ammo counters. But deal 3 damage to each enemy in play. This is not as good in true solo, but if you're playing 4 players, that is 4 players worth of minions who just gets probably killed, unless it's a big minion. Against Ultron, this is so good. 3 cost and 3 ammo is expensive, but it's really, really nice to have, like, everyone has like a big attack, but it's nice to have a big attack that deals area effect instead. And the last 2 cards are going to be 2 copies of Full Auto. This is a big single target effect he has. It's a 2-cost event, it's an attack. Hero action, remove 4 ammo counters from War Machine and choose an enemy. Deal 8 damage to that enemy, and this attack gains overkill. I mean, I really, really like it. It's 8 damage for 2, which is insane. It's usually 8 damage for 3, but then to the added cost of remove 4 ammo counters. But if you have munition bunker, that's going to be the 4 extra you get from your turn. So it's really, really nice ability. I really like it. And then we go into the leadership cards that are new. Not all of the leadership cards in the pack, but the new leadership cards. And the first one is Black Panther. It's a 4-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack. Avenger Wakanda, and 4 health. You may play the event attached to Black Panther as if it were in your hand. And then as a response, after Black Panther enters play, choose a leadership event in your discard pile and attach it to him face down. So just get any event in your discard pile back that is blue or leadership, and then you can play it as if it were in your hand. It's a really, really good ally. He's actually in the deck we're gonna do today because it's fun. And then next up we have Captain Marvel, who is a 5-cost ally. Ooh. 2 thwart, 3 attack, but on the 3 attack it's 2 consequential damage. Aerial Avenger, 4 health. Response: after Captain Marvel enters play, discard the top 4 cards of your deck. If you discard a printed energy resource, deal 3 damage to an enemy. If you discard more than 1 printed energy resource, also stun that enemy. Which is a really, really good card. I really, really like it. I also have it in the deck we're gonna play. So it's going to be fun to try it out today. Next up, we have, of course, 3 copies because they're non-generic, but we have Command Team, which is a 2-cost support. Shield uses 3 command counters. Action, exhaust, Command Team, and remove 1 command counter from it. Ready ally. It's just a nice support for 2. I mean, the other... sure, it's heal 1 already, but the event that does that, it's 1... So to get 3 ready, so it would be 3. But yeah, no, it's just nice to be able to play for in the future and just have it. So I really, really like that one. We're gonna actually I'm putting 2 there because that's what's going in our deck. 1 is going into my collection. And then next up we have Sneak Attack, 1-cost event, which is a tactic. Action: choose an ally in your hand that shares a trait with your identity. Put that ally into play. If that ally is still in play at the end of the phase, discard it. And that is so good. It's really, really cool. Just get these... wow, where did you get this copy of War Machine at? It's been released in a couple of stores in Sweden, where I come from. So I actually drove like 3 hours total today to just be able to pick it up for the stream. I was very lucky. I know Norway is the other place it's been released, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so Sneak Attack is great. And nice to see you, Ruben, by the way. It's really nice to see some new people in the stream. Sneak Attack is just great to be able to do these good effects, like exactly like Captain Marvel was. The 5-cost ally that has a good response and then have a high attack or high thwart. To do that and then just remove them. And they also have some other synergies that we're going to show later in the deck. But these are also all 3 going into our deck, because we're going to try what I would call a new leadership style deck, which is the Sneak Attack. And next up we have 3 copies, of course, but we're going to put 2 in our deck. Of Save the Day. Discard an ally you control. Remove threat from a scheme equal to that ally printed cost. So that is... I really, really like this card, especially with Sneak Attack once again. Get out the 5-cost Captain Marvel, and then do what she's gonna do. And just tap her to do attack, or exhaust her to attack or scheme. And then you can just get the effect when it comes in, and then just... Instead of just waiting for it to discard down, just spend this and remove 5 threat from a scheme. Which is really, really good for a total of 2 costs, so that's insane. And next up we have 3 copies, of course, but we're going to put 2 in our deck of Go Down Swinging. I'm just going to bring it up here. 0-cost event. It's a tactic, hero action, discard an ally you control, deal damage to an enemy equal to that ally's printed cost. So it's the exact same, but just damage instead, but it's a 0 cost, so it works in the exact same way with every cool thing you can do. So yeah. And then we have 2 copies of the team-up card between Iron Man and War Machine. Max 1 per deck. It's a 3-cost event. Hero action. Search your deck for a tech upgrade and put it into play. Shuffle your deck. Ready Iron Man and War Machine. 3-cost team-up is expensive. I think all the other ones have been a 1-cost team-up. No, I think 1 is 2. I think Groot and Rocket Raccoon is 2. But 3 costs expensive, but search your deck for a tech upgrade and put it into play. If you choose a tech upgrade that is 3 costs, just a free put into play from your deck. And then also ready both Iron Man and War Machine. So if you're doing both players, it's just insane. Really, really fun. Before we continue, I'm just going to answer the next. I have a little bit of delay here, but that's, so Ruben writes, "That's awesome. Would you know if there's any other stores would be able to ship to the US, or the name of any FLGS over there that I might be able to ask?" I don't think that anyone. The one I went to only ships within Sweden. Or at least within the... yeah. I just really... Just to check this for you. I really just checked their website and... they actually... Wait. So... They... They only ship within Europe, I think. Yes, they only ship within Europe. It seems like that. Sorry, I don't know where you're located, but yeah, no, it's I don't think they ship outside, sadly. Just Europe. But if you're within Europe, just tell me and I'll give you their name. But otherwise, just like I don't know which ones have gotten it in. Not all of them have, but I know there's like we have a couple of stores in Sweden that have a chance to get it in. I was very lucky to get one of them. But yeah, so I'm just gonna continue with the cards, and if you have any more questions, Ruben, just send them in the comments. Next up is the obligation: equipment malfunction. Give it to the James Rhodes player as usual, and you may flip to alter ego form. Choose exhaust James Rhodes, remove equipment malfunction from the game, or remove all ammo counters from your identity. If 2 or fewer ammo counters were removed this way, this card gains surge. I don't think this is a bad obligation. Like it's actually, I think it's a good thing to be able to flip to alter ego form. If you don't have any ammo counters, just get this, flip to alter ego form during the villain phase, and then just like, yeah, it's I don't think it's a negative obligation, really. I mean, remove all ammo count from your identity is bad, but flipping to alter ego mode is also just doing that. So yeah, no. But I that's of course going into the encounter deck. Also, Ruben, I think someone in the UK, some store in the UK also got it. I don't know which one, but I read it today. I just remembered. They might also have it. Just Google around UK stores, and one of them should be able to have it. Because I know a couple of places in Europe has gotten it. Yeah, Washington DC. Yeah, I don't. I said like UK maybe got it in. They usually get it in before Sweden, so check on like some store there. I don't know any, but I definitely I understand that you want to get an early copy. I'm very lucky to have gotten it already, but I hope you find one for your sake. I don't know if he's funny yet, but it looks very fun. So yeah, and I'm gonna continue. And usually we don't go through the Nemesis sets, but we're gonna do that today because it's all new. And the first one is Living Laser. It's a 1 scheme, 2 attack, 4 health criminal with quick strike, and then its attack gains piercing. So every enemy that has quick strike is annoying, and I feel the only way this minion itself counters War Machine is the upgrade that gives him a tough status card. Otherwise, I don't feel it feels like any other minion with like, so I don't feel it doesn't feel too powerful, the minion, but I haven't seen that once. I haven't looked at the Nemesis set myself. And then next up we have Deadly Light Show, which is hinder 1, so it's going to be 4 in true solo. When defeated, deal 1 damage to each identity. And it's a crisis. So that is a crisis is annoying, but once again, I don't feel that when defeated effect is too bad, you know? But I really but it's very cool. Deadly Light Show, I love the name. Next up, I think we have 3 copies, yes, of Laser Strike, which is treachery. Discard and upgrade you control. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. And then boost, if this resolves during an undefended attack, discard and upgrade you control. I think this one is nasty, though. Obviously. Like, I'm really gonna look forward to trying for myself a little bit War Machine, Iron Man, two-handed. And this is gonna be super nasty against both of them. But it's a really cool Nemesis set. Annoying, but really, really cool. Next up, we have the other aspect cards that we're obviously not gonna play with today because we're playing Leadership, as I said. But it's fun to look at them. And we start up with 3 copies, of course, of As 1, which is an attack, 2-cost event, Alliance. And I'm just gonna comment on Alliance after reading the hero action. Hero action, attack, exhaust an Avenger character and a Guardian character. Deal X damage to an enemy, where X is a combined attack of those characters. This attack gains Overkill. So, I don't think this one is too good. I mean, exhaust an Avenger character and just deal the damage. I mean, if you have an Avenger and a Guardian ally, it's without taking consequential damage, which is always nice. But if those allies have like range or stuff, like if you're doing Yondu or something, you're gonna lose those keywords because this is an attack just based on the attack. But Alliance, I'm just gonna read straight off the sheet. I sadly haven't edited a picture of it. But Alliance is a new keyword that appears on some player cards in this pack. When a player declares their intention to play an Alliance card, any player may help pay the cost of that for that card. I can see if I can. Yeah, it's very, very exactly. But yeah, so it's like if you declare you want to do it and your friend has resources to spare that you don't, they can pay for it. It's really, really cool. I can't wait to see other Alliance. I mean, we get one more Alliance in this pack, but other Alliances later. Next up, we have 2 copies only, because it's max 2 per deck, of Vigilante Training. 1 cost support, and it's the same as, I think, Defensive Training, I think the one in the other pack was. I think it was Nebula pack. Anyway, 1 cost support, max 2 per deck, uses 2 training counters, and then alter ego action, exhaust this card and remove 1 training counter from it. Choose a Justice event in your discard pile and shuffle it into your deck. I don't think these are too good. It's 1 cost and you can just shuffle things back in your deck. Maybe in War Machine because he likes being alter ego and just shuffle other things in your deck, but I don't think it's worth it. If it was bring it to your hand, I mean, that would be very strong, but if it was just a one-time use to just do that, I think it would be a good card. But like this, I don't think it's gonna be, and I don't think I'm gonna play a deck with this, at least not until later, for other cards that this might help. And the last, not the last one, sorry, it's 2 more, but the protection one is also an Alliance card. And it's Stand Together. It's a 4-cost event. Tactic Alliance. Hero Interrupt. When a friendly character would take any amount of damage from an attack, exhaust an Avenger character and a Guardian character. Prevent all of that damage. Deal that much damage to the attacking enemy. I think this card is great. I didn't think it was as... I mean, so if you're playing Claw or someone and you just like get maybe 6 boost icons, just take 6 extra damage. It's just a really good protection. And I understand why it cost 4, and I was like, oof, that's gonna be like a protection character's entire turn to play this. But I think it stands out better in multiplayer, like 4 players having this. Because then you can play it, and because the Alliance rule, you can just declare it as being played, and everyone can just discard 1 card from their hand to just save a person and deal probably a good amount of damage back. The fact that Alliance lets you other players may help pay the cost for it, it's a really, really good card. And I can't wait to play with it in 4-player. Not that I play 4-player that often, but sometimes I do. And I think this is going to really shine out there. Like, shine very well there. And then the last card and last new card in this pack. Obviously, there's other cards like Make the Call and Goliath, but this is the new card that we're talking about. Is Sidearm. So 1-cost upgrade. Weapon attached to an ally, max 1 per ally, and attached ally get +1 attack, and its attack gains range. It's insane that it gives +1 attack, and it's cost 1, and is in basic. Like, this is basically just an aspect card. You just let's just remove it from the aspect. It's really, really good. Really, really, really good. I'm gonna play this in one of my decks that I play. I tried a new deck recently, and it was a Yondu Voltron deck, and this one just slots in very well there. So I can't wait. I don't know, but maybe I'll do a video about my Voltron deck sometime and just how to build the Voltron deck. I don't know how many. It's a very fun thing to do. But yeah. So actually, we're not gonna play with these either. So let's just go through the deck we're gonna play now tonight. We have 2 go down swinging, we have 2 save the day, we have 3 sneak attack, because I really want to try the entire sneak attack kind of deck. We have 2 command teams to make that sneak attack. I'm just gonna remove that. Command teams to make those sneak attacks turns do more. We're gonna run Captain Marvel and Black Panther. And then from other expansions, or this expansion as well, you also bring this one, which is Goliath, which, if you don't know, is a 4-cost ally, 2 thwart, 1 attack, takes 2 consequential damage on attack, 4 health, Avenger, action. Goliath gets +4 attack until the end of the phase. At the end of the phase, discard Goliath, max 1 per phase. So that's just a nice way to. I mean, it's basically if you sneak attack with it, it's just 5 damage with sneak attack. It's just really, really good. And then I'm bringing in Captain America. It's a 6-cost ally, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 4 health, toughness. Reduce the cost to play Captain America by 1 for each Avenger character you control. All of our characters are Avengers. And it's not allies just, and War Machine is an Avenger character we control. So it's always going to be a 5 with us. I took this one not necessarily to sneak attack with, because it's very good, but you just get it low, and then maybe he has 1 health left, and use a save the day or go down swinging for 6. That's why I brought this one in the deck. I'm just going to put the allies like this. And then last ally I brought in from leadership is Giant Man, which is a 5-cost ally. 2 thwart, 2 attack, 4 health, Avenger Giant. Giant Man gets +2 attack while he has 3 or more remaining hit points. Which is just... I mean, you're going to have 4 attack with him. So it's like 5 ally, 4 attack. So that's really, really cool. And next up, we have, of course, the trio of double resources. Strength, Energy, and Genius. We are bringing in a Quinn Carrier just to get some resource generation, to be able to pay for stuff that is, since our only resource generation in War Machine is for his own cards, for his own events. It can be nice to have some other, and a Quinn Carrier also comes in this pack. And I'm throwing in an Endurance, because we're playing True Solo, and it's nice to have some extra health in True Solo. I'm gonna bring in 2 Call for Aids, which is a 0-cost event. Hero action, discard cards from the top of your deck until you discard an Avenger ally, then add an ally to your hand. It's just a way to... We're going to want to have our... If we sit on a sneak attack and a go down swinging or a save the day and have a Call for Aid and we really need that effect, it's just another way to find those allies. Because we're... leadership always leans into the ally a lot, but since I'm leaning in so much on using ally 1 turn then removing them, I think Call for Aid is going to help with that. I don't usually run it, but it's for fun. Next up, we have a Mighty Avengers, just because it's a team card, max 1 team per player, it's a 3-cost support, but if all characters I control has the Avenger trait, each ally I control gets +1 thwart and +1 attack. Just to make all allies a little bit better in the team, if we can get it out. I also have put in 3 copies of No, wait. Two copies of Avengers Assemble. And let me just see here. Yes. So it's just forecast event, ready each Avenger character you control until in the phase each Avenger character in play gets 1 thwart and 1 attack. To make those sneak attack round is great. And Bent Jonsson, nice to see another Swede here. Thank you so much for joining, and have fun picking it up tomorrow. It's I can't wait to play it as I'm doing now. I've been a real I don't really care. So another thing, I don't really care for War Machine as a character that much. It's like he's fine, but I don't love him. But when they showed what he can do in the game, I was like, wow, that's really cool. But yeah, I'm happy that you can pick one up tomorrow. It's everyone who can get it early is gonna be very, very lucky. And then last but least, it's not really working in this deck with sneak attack, but it's 2 copies of rapid respawns. 2 cost upgrade. After an ally you control is defeated, discard rapid respawns, put an ally into play from your discard pile and deal 1 damage to it. Since sneak attack discards it and not defeats it, you can't bring from a sneak attack back to this. But it's mostly if we bring in it's same with say the day and go as swinging. If we bring in a big ally, maybe Cap, we want to be able to block more. It just in case. I don't know. I haven't tried this deck at all, but it's only one way to find out if it works, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna double count all the cards just in case. And for the people who have joined that wasn't here in the beginning, we have randomized into playing Taskmaster with Legions of Hell. So this is 15 from the base, it's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41 cards. That seems like a good amount of cards. So yeah. So let's shuffle our deck. Can also be good to add the signature cards to shuffle. Oops. I usually do this when I have a freshly built deck, taking the top and the bottom card at the same time, and to be able to get a semi-good shuffle before. Just so it's well shuffled to begin with. Later it doesn't really matter that much to have it so thorough, but in the beginning it's very, very nice. And for the new people who haven't watched my videos before, if you're wondering where we have the villain stuff, we have it over here. And we have, let's see here, Taskmaster. Yes. There we have the allies that can be kidnapped. So yeah, Taskmaster is a 2 scheme 2 attack villain. As we always play expert here. So that's why we start on the second phase of him. But he's a Hydra mercenary. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card, so we're gonna do that soon. And then force respawns after the player changes to hero form. They discard the top card of the encounter deck and take damage equal to the number of boost icons on that card, which is very nasty, especially if you play change to hero form. Yeah, so it's very nasty when you play Ant-Man and Wasp, because both the giant form and the tiny form are both different hero forms. And yeah, and then hunting down heroes. It's gonna be we're gonna see soon what the other side says, but I'm just gonna start by giving myself let's bring them up a little bit more, and let's just take a face down encounter card that I'm gonna put over here for us to remember, and then we can just flip this one, Force response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player in hero form must choose to either place 1 threat here or take 1 damage. And it starts with 1 threat there, and then it's just 1 main phase. And it is... we start with 10 health. And the villain starts with 16 health. Okay. So let's start with... drawing our opening hand of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And call for aid, command team, Scorched Earth, Rapid Response, Avengers Assemble, and Quinn Carrier. Okay. I am actually going to... I'm gonna mulligan Avengers Assemble and Rapid Response, because it's a little bit too early to have those. I just draw 2 more. Energy and go down swinging. Okay. So, one thing more, since we have a lot of new viewers. I am... I know the rules of the game. But since the live stream, I'm going to get rules wrong. So please comment if you see something wrong. I have a bit of a delay, so I'm not going to see it immediately. And if we can go back and fix it, we're going to do that. Otherwise, I'm going to not do the mistake again. Mistakes happen, and please just... I'm going to mess up. So yeah. Thank you so much for that. So, good luck all. Let's do this. So I am going to start by actually... I'm just going to set up a little bit. I'm going to throw away energy and go down swinging to play Quinn Carrier. Let's start with just setting up a little bit. I'm going to tap Quinn Carrier and then throw away Scorched Earth to play Command Team, who comes in with 3 tokens and not 2. There we have 3 tokens. We have Call for Aid here that I don't really want to do yet. I mean, it's a hero action, so I really... I'm going to do the action here. Choose a War Machine card in your discard pile and shuffle it into your deck. And shuffle the card we just paid into the deck, because why not? And next up, we are going to flip into hero form, which will give us 5 ammo counters. I'm going to just keep them above, because otherwise they're going to be in the way. I can't really do that much yet, but I'm going to have to discard top card and take damage equal to the boost icons. It's 2 damage from that, which always is nasty, but then I am going to start by tapping to attack Taskmaster for 2. And that was just our first turn. It's a little bit more of a setup turn than I would have liked, but it just happens sometimes. Should I keep Call for Aid? Yeah, I'm going to keep Call for Aid. And then I'm going to draw 2, 3, 4, 5. And the other cards we draw are Save the Day, Full Auto, Avengers Assemble, and Iron Man. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to complain about that. So, it is the villain phase. We start by putting 1 threat there, and then we can choose to take either a damage, place a threat. I'm going to start by placing a threat, even though I'm going to regret it later, know myself. And then Taskmaster is going to attack, and I have 8 health, he has 2 attacks, so it's probably going to be up to 5 damage. You know what, I'm just going to exhaust and defend that. I think it's just going to be nice to do that. So so I block 2, which is his attacks, which is just what this has. And it's only 1 damage through. Then we get a second encounter card. And this is the first one, so our first encounter card is Advance, the Villain Schemes. I told you I would regret putting an extra threat there. But yeah, he schemes for 2, 4. Of course he schemes for 4. So I'm just gonna do this, which is 7. And then the second encounter card I have is a Draugr, which is when revealed, choose to either take 1 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. I'm gonna take 1 damage. And then it's a guard, which is annoying, but could be a lot worse. So yeah. So I am actually going to... I'm gonna throw away Avengers Assemble and save the day for now. No, I'm gonna throw away Avengers Assemble and call for aid to, and then tap Queen Carrier to play Iron Man. After Iron Man's play, search your deck and discard pile for a tech upgrade and add it to your hand, and then shuffle. Oh, Miniature Bugger was furthest down. And then shuffle your deck. And that was not what I was after. I was after... Not you. Not... I was... No. Shoulder Cannon is what I was after. So I'm gonna shuffle this. And... yeah. Sorry, I was on the wrong one. I brought out Shoulder Cannon. That I really wanted to bring out now, but then I have to throw away full auto. I am sadly going to do that for now. I'm going to throw away Save the Day and full auto to play... No, actually, sorry. I'm gonna, instead of looking for that, I'm gonna take out the missile thing instead. The missile launcher. That should have... Missile launcher is what I should have... If I remembered, I had a good attack on my hand. So, yeah. Now it's correct. Throwing away Save the Day to play Missile Launcher, which I can exhaust and spend an ammo counter to deal 2 damage to an enemy. And it has ranged. So I'm going to tap that to spend an ammo counter to deal 2 damage to the Draugr. Then I'm just gonna take that nasty damage this time. I'm gonna tap Iron Man, who's gonna take 1 damage to remove 2 threat from there. And then I'm going to use Command Team to unexhaust Iron Man, to exhaust him again, to remove 2 more threat here, I think. Yeah. We have to take care of that a little bit. And that was our turn. So let's ready everything. Let's draw up to 5. Giant Man, Target Strike, Repulsor Beam, and Save the Day. Huh? Okay. I'm just thinking of what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do next turn, if nothing bad happens. So let's start here. Let's start by putting a threat there. And then take a damage this time, sadly. And then Taskmaster is going to attack us. And that attack, I am going to... Let's Iron Man take to the face. Which is a 4 damage attack, which means Iron Man is sadly dead. But it could be a lot worse. It could be us being dead. And then Draugr deals 1 damage to us still. We get an encounter card, which is Hunted by Hydra. Insight 1. So 1 threat on the main scheme. To continue it here. When revealed, each player in hero form takes 1 damage and discard 1 card random from their hand. Well, this thing with a plan seems like a terrible thing. So let's see what we're gonna discard. I'm praying not there's not the overkill card. Save the day. Well, we don't have any ally to save the day anyway, so. Okay. We have. So yeah, I have a choice to make. Either I do the full auto to kill the Draugr and deal 7 damage to Taskmaster, but then I can't use target strike to remove some threats. So I think I'm gonna have to throw away full auto, sadly, and just do repulsor beam into him and target strike. And I'm gonna use. I'm gonna have to flip back one day or another, but not yet. I'm gonna tap missile launcher and spend 1 to kill off the Draugr. It doesn't really matter which order I do this. And then I'm gonna throw away full auto. No, not full auto, sorry. I'm gonna tap Quinn Carrier to play target strike, which is remove 1 ammo counter to remove 3 threats from a scheme, which we're gonna do that easy. Then we're gonna throw away Giant Man, I think. Yeah, to play Repulsor Blast, which is remove 1 ammo counter from War Machine to deal 4 damage to an enemy, which we're gonna do like that. And then I am going to. I might actually flip back to 2, 5. Yeah. So what I'm going to do actually, because we have the option to do it now, I am going to exhaust War Machine to remove 1 more threat from the main scheme. And then I'm gonna flip to alter ego mode. And then I'm gonna start by using the action there to shuffle. So for people who don't know, it says action, choose a War Machine card in your discard pile and shuffle it into your deck. But it doesn't say limited once per phase or per round, so you can do it as many times as you want. At least until they put an FAQ about it. But for right now, that's how it works. So I'm gonna shuffle all those cards back in here. I don't think it's too overpowered with him, because he has 2 resource generations that only work with his own cards. And also that removes an ammo counter. So yeah, I'm gonna keep the full auto, and then I'm gonna draw 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, before that, I'm gonna remove the full auto before I see the cards, and just drew another one. Genius, go down swinging, Gauntlet Gun, Black Panther, Strength, and Target Strike. Okay. That's not too bad. Let's unexhaust everything. Let's go to the villain phase. Put 1 threat there. He's going to scheme for 3. Make that a solid 5. Actually, after the player in hero form must choose the item take. So we don't do that in alter ego. Which means next up, it's encounter card. And the encounter card we get is Master Plan. We don't have any side schemes. So we're going to discard card from the top of the deck until it's a side scheme, which we got directly, which is Hydra Patrol. Each player search the encounter deck for discard pile for Hydra minion and put it into play, engage with them. Okay. Nasty, 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 nasty. Anyway. That means it is our turn again. What did we get here? We got a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to actually recover 3. Just so we have a little bit more health before we flip back into hero form. Also, sorry, before we flip to hero form, I'm shuffling full auto back into the deck. Because why not? Which means we have a lot of things we can do. And I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw away Strength and Genius. Wait. Before I do that... That is very, very true. Okay, yeah. Before I do that, I'm going to throw away Strength and Genius to play Black Panther, which says you may, after Black Panther enters play, choose a leadership event in your discard pile and attach it to him, face down. I'm going to take a Save the Day. So I have one when I need one. And I can play it as if it is my hand and save the day for 1 cost. And then I'm going to tap Queen Carrier and throw away Go Down Swinging to play Gauntlet Gun, which is I can exhaust it to generate a wild resource for a War Machine event and place 1 ammo counter on War Machine. And I'm going to start by using Missile Launcher and do that to deal 2 damage to Taskmaster. Next up, I have Targeted Strike, which I'm going to use, but before I do that, I'm going to exhaust Black Panther to thwart. He takes 2 damage from that, so I'm gonna do that and remove the 2 threat from Hydra Patrol. I should have waited with the Missile Launcher, but I am stupid. I don't think we have gotten a Hydra minion here yet. We have Insight 1. I can take an Insight 1. That could be a lot worse. And yeah, and then it actually says shuffle the encounter deck whatever you do, so we're gonna have to shuffle the encounter deck. And Hydra Regular is annoying, but it could be a lot worse. That would have been a kill on that if we haven't used the Missile Launcher on Taskmaster first, but I am just that stupid sometimes. And I'm gonna exhaust Gauntlet Gun. I remove an ammo counter from War Machine to remove 3 threat from a scheme. 3 threat. Sorry, I played Targeted Strike by tapping Gauntlet Gun to remove 3 threat. It's gonna be down to 3 again. So I'm just gonna do like that. And then, because Gauntlet got worse, I'm gonna also get an ammo counter back. So yeah, I don't really want to use Black Panther again because he's just gonna die. I don't have any ally heal, which is very good with him, but I'm just probably gonna discard him next turn to just remove 4 threats with a card under there. But we'll see. Yeah, so let's unexhaust everything or ready everything. Let's pull up to our hand size. 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's Scorched Earth, Command Team, Call for Aid, Munition Bunker, and Full Auto. That is really, really nice, actually. Which means it is villain phase. So for the people who haven't been to this channel before, when I see something actually looks nice, it means that they're gonna have a nasty, nasty villain phase. I'm gonna sadly have to put 1 threat +1 because I can't take any damage because the Hydra Regular. Then I am going to exhaust to defend against Taskmaster, who attacks me for 4, which means I take 2 damage through. And then I also take 2 damage because the Hydra Regular. And then I get my encounter card, which is going to... Oh, what is... So, actually... Yeah, okay. So those 2 damage I took there was supposed to be when I flipped to hero form again. I totally forgot about that. And then that is the boost icon. So if you're in hero form, take 1 damage. I'm going to take 1 more damage and then the Hydra Regular. And then I get my count card. See? I forget rules. And Taskmaster, I always forget the rule with flipping. So, yeah. Which means this is my counter card. 2. It's going to probably... okay, 4 only. Nasty, but it is our turn. I am once again in a bad place. Just how apparently I prefer myself to be. Okay, so... I'm just thinking what I'm going to do. Yeah, okay, I know exactly. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. So let's start by using Queen Carrier to play Save the Day, discard an ally you control, remove threat from a scheme equal to the ally printer cost, which is 4. 4 threat removed from the main scheme. I really want to remove more, but there's no way for me to do so. And next up, I'm going to actually exhaust Gauntlet Gun. And for Awake Call for Age, play full auto. Remove 4 ammo counters from War Machine and choose an enemy. Deal 8 damage to enemy, detect against overkill. So we're gonna deal 8 damage to Hydra regular, which means 6 damage through to Taskmaster. I also get an ammo counter back, which I could use. But the problem with that is that if I do that, shoot him down, I'm going to get an extra encounter card next turn. And I want to wait a little bit with the extra encounter cards. Yeah. It's going to be 1, 5. Yeah, I should not be able to lose next turn unless I pull something. I always say that, but I always do. So but I'm going to have to flip. I can't survive on the 1 elf. Command theme, Scorched Earth to play Munition Bunker. I'm going to flip to Alter Ego form. I got tapped, which is an Alter Ego action, which lets me put 2 ammo counters on it, and then as a hero action I can exhaust it to put ammo counters on War Machine. I'm going to use his hero action to put back Target Strike, full auto actually, Scorched Earth. Not right now, I don't really care about Scorched Earth, so it's better to not dilute the pool with it. Which means that one is also supposed to be gone when I flip back to Alter Ego. And then let's ready every character and draw 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full auto, target strike, sneak tech, Goliath, and rapid response and target strike. So 2 target strike, a full auto, rapid response, sneak tech, and Goliath. Okay. I am not going to complain about that. Which means we go into the villain phase. 1 threat on the main scheme. And then he's going to scheme for 2. That's 3 more. Which means we're up to 9 with 3 left. And that's an encounter card. Of course. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck if a thwart card was discarded this way. Taskmaster schemes. But I'm pretty sure the only 2 thwart cards we have is our 2 target strike that is here. So I think we're fine. But that is 5 cards. That is not a thwart, 2, not a thwart, not a thwart, not a thwart, not a thwart. So we are fine. Very... That's usually what happens when I say stuff like, okay, I think we're fine, and then I always pull something like that, but usually I have a thwart event. But okay. That means it is our turn. We're going to have to flip back, but with what health? I'm going to exhaust to recover 3. We're going to... Let me just think a second. That one's going to be for that one. We're going to be for that one. That one's going to be for that one. That one's going to be for that one. Which means we need 2. Yes, so let's start with using Munition Bunker. Pay 1 ammo. No, not pay 1 ammo. What am I doing? Add 2 ammo. I mean, I'm gonna put some cards back here. I want Scorched Earth I don't really care about. Full auto and Gauntlet Gun, I guess. Right now, I don't care that much about Scorched Earth. This is going to be a really... next turn's going to be very, very tight, I feel like. sadly. We're gonna flip into alter ego mode. Let's see how much damage we take. We take 1 damage. Okay. Could be worse. That means still we're within kill range very easily from him, which I don't like. So let's just pray. That's what we have to do sometime in this on this channel, is to pray. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use Quinn Carrier to play Sneak Attack, which lets me play an ally with a trait shares with me to put the ally into play. And if the ally is played at the end of the turn, I'm gonna discard it. I'm gonna use Goliath, and then I am going to use Gauntlet Gun. Also, sorry, I was supposed to get 5 ammo, and now when I use Gauntlet Gun, it's gonna give me 6. But I'm gonna lose 1. So I'm gonna use Target Strike to remove 3 threat from a scheme, which means 3 threat away from that one. I'm gonna use Missile Launcher to deal 2 damage to our villain, which will make him advance to his next villain form. And then exactly when reveal, deal each player an encounter card. So this top card here is going to be our encounter card. I'm going to put it on our player side. And then he just gets more attack, which gives him a higher chance to kill me. I think things through. I forgot about that part. Oops. Anyway, that's just how life is sometimes, you know. And yeah, so where did I put my hand? I don't know. There, okay. Yeah, here. This was my hand. Yeah, great. Before I do anything else, I'm gonna just give him the 17 health he's starting with. I'm gonna throw away Rapid Respawns to play a Targeted Strike, which will remove 3 more threat from the main scheme, which means it's supposed to be 3 left. And full auto here for the future. I also should have removed that count for that. And then I'm gonna use Goliath's action to give him +4 attack until the end of the phase, which means he has 5 in attack, which means I'm gonna exhaust him, which will deal him 2 damage to deal 5 damage to the villain. And then I'm gonna use Command Team to ready him again, and then I'm going to use that again, which will kill him, but that means it's gonna be 5 damage more. And now I just pray that I'm gonna be able to survive. If we don't, here on this channel, we usually restart when we play, and then I have a set time when we can't restart a game anymore if we pass it. Just so people know. So, let's ready each character card. Draw 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, I mean, next turn, if we don't die, we have a kill. We can just full auto him in the face for 8. Thanks to Munition Bunker. So let's see what happens. Oh, I hate myself sometimes. I'm gonna add 2 threat to the main 2 threat to the main scheme, because I don't want to take a damage right now. He attacks for 3. I'm gonna defend for 2, which means he has 1 damage. If he deals 2 more damage right now, we're dead. But that's why we watch the channel, because we gamble. Okay. It's a boost. If you're in hero form, take 1 damage. He only deals 2 damage. Holy moly. We get our encounter card. And let's see what it is. Let's exhaust your identity and get a surge. Okay, that could be a lot worse. I don't know why I put it there. I'm gonna put it on the thing there. Next one is... okay, attached to Taskmaster. That's not too bad. Okay. And then last one here. Equipment malfunction. You may flip to alter ego form, exhaust, remove all ammo counters from you. If 2 or fewer. Oh, perfect. I'm gonna remove all the ammo counters and put it in the disco pile. Whew, this was. I think we actually got it. So, I exhaust this, move all that to War Machine. I can throw away a gauntlet and a Quinn carrier, which means I'm gonna get another one, and we're gonna spend 4 to use full auto, 8 damage into Taskmaster. And we won our first game with War Machine. I mean, how many cards doesn't he have that can kill me? Wait a second. I'm gonna take this and move here. Because he has, what is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, he has 4 things he could have drawn that would have automatically killed me in the deck. So, whew, tight game. But yeah, so we're gonna end it here, sadly. Even though I had a great time with War Machine, and what we usually do here when we win, we go to this thing I have made. We find Taskmaster up here, which is J, and then we go down to War Machine, and there is J, and we beat him with leadership. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this stream. It's very nice to see some new people in chat. Makes me very, very happy. I hope you've it was enough. This little first view, at least, is a 1 game at least with War Machine. I'm definitely gonna try him more myself. I would have loved to do another game right now, but we have 40 minutes left until the time I usually say time, and then it will be against Taskmaster again, which I don't think will be too fun. I would want to try next time against another player or another villain. But War Machine seems very, very fun. And the new leadership style deck with sneak attack and the command team and like being able to get the Goliath deal 10 damage for 1 cost is really, really fun. And I'm really looking forward to what else is going to come out. I can't wait for next Valkyrie, which is the next one. And I can't wait for Vision and then Sinister Motives. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. We stream usually Wednesdays at 7:30 CEST. And this time we did Friday because I had gotten word before that I was going to get War Machine. I also thought I was going to get Hood first, but I didn't get him today. But at least I got War Machine, and that's why we streamed on a Friday. Otherwise, I said Wednesdays we stream. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and have a great week, and I hope I'll see you all next week. Bye!